Okay, sir. So this is control system week 6 lecture video. So I already covered. So let me start. Basically, I have not a review. I just write down here what is covered in here. So here actually mostly this week 6 is basically deals with how to find out the polar plot. Then after that, by using polar plot, how you will find out Nyquist Nyquist plot, and then by using Nyquist plot and polar plot both are with respect to frequency. Okay? With respect to frequency plot means it is a magnitude versus frequency plot, because till now whatever we read like time response analysis or root locus analysis, that is time domain analysis. Time domain means the magnitude variation with k, okay, in some time domain parameter. But here actually from now onwards, polar plot, Bode plot, Nyquist plot, all are frequency response plot. Means whatever the gain will be vary, the gain will be vary with respect to frequency, and the stability also you have to find out with respect to frequency domain, not with respect to time domain. Whenever you have find out the stability of a second order system or a third order system by using different responses, impulse response, step response. So in that condition, you are using time domain analysis by using root locus, by using RS criterion. But from now onwards, we will find out the stability of the system. We'll find out the system gain. We'll find out whether the system is stable, marginally stable by using frequency response analysis. So first we cover polar plot and Nyquist plot, then we'll cover some problems of Bode plot. So how these three plots will be able to find out the system gain. So your aim is that you have to find out the system gain, you have to find out the phase margin, you have to find out the gain margin. For phase margin, you have to find out the omega. GC is the gain crossover frequency. For gain margin, you have to find out the phase crossover frequency. Then for all these cases, you have to find out the system stability and relative stability. So let me go one by one. So what do you mean by polar plot? So polar plot is nothing but amplitude versus phase plot. Okay, polar plot is nothing but you have to find out amplitude, means now your GSHS it becomes G of j omega, because S is j omega and H of j omega. In frequency response analysis, we'll then now convert this time domain analysis to frequency domain analysis. Then by varying the magnitude, you have to find out G of omega and H of omega magnitude, and how this magnitude will vary with respect to omega. That's what we'll do in polar plot. This is the concept of polar plot. So now I'll tell you that how will you going to because see sir, Nyquist plot is nothing but a polar plot. If you understand polar plot, then Nyquist plot is just a addition of that. So first you try to understand how you draw a polar plot of a given transfer function. So let me give an example. I'll start from an example. Then if you not understand, then tell me. So let me start with the first question. Suppose a question is given to you like G of S, H of S is given by 1 by S plus 1. Then I'm asking you to find out the polar plot of the system. So you have gone through the lecture, so I will not go in details how to find out. I will just use my techniques, I will solve the problems. That's it. So try to solve the problems. So now first what you do, whenever you want to find out the polar plot, first you have to find out the value of magnitude, means G of j omega and H of j omega in frequency domain. You have to find out the magnitude as well as angle of what? Angle of G of j omega and H of j omega. So you have to these two things you have to find out. But at which point you need to find out? So you have to find out at omega equal to 0. Another point you have to find out at omega equal to infinity. So first let me find out at omega equal to 0 what is the value of this one. So tell me the magnitude. For magnitude I am denoting magnitude, and for phase I will denote some angle here like this, theta. So now you just tell me sir, at omega equal to 0 what is the value of magnitude here. If I put omega equal to 0 means a is equal to 0. Omega 0 means a is equal to j omega. So if you put omega 0, that means a is equal to 0. If you put a is equal to 0 in this transfer function, you will get the magnitude will be 1. Right, sir? You just reply me, sir, okay? Because no one
Yes,
is
sir.
there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
mutual
Magnitude is 1.
mutual
Yes, sir.
interaction now between you and me, okay? So the
Okay, sir.
magnitude will
Okay.
be 1.
Yes,
Now
sir.
tell me, sir, what is the phase of that system? I'm writing here phase. What is the phase of the system? At omega equal to 0. Remember, at omega equal to 0, it means a is equal to 0. The phase will be, whatever the phase will come in, the phase will be given by the poles and 0 that origin, sir. But here in this transfer function, there is no pole and 0 to origin. It
0,
means
sir.
the angle will be 0.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Similarly, at omega equal to infinity, you just tell me what is the magnitude and the phase. So the magnitude will be, if you put omega equal to infinity means a is equal to infinity. So 1 by infinity equal to 0, sir, right?
0, sir. 0.
Now, what is the phase angle? And the phase angle at infinity is given by the relative sum of poles and zeros, sir, right? Listen my point, sir. If I am saying that this angle is given by sum of poles plus sum of zero. Okay, sir. So how many poles are there here? One pole, sir, right?
1, sir. 1. Yes.
So one pole, poles are always in the denominator, sir, right? So when it is going to numerator, suppose 1 by theta, it will go to numerator, it will be minus theta, right, sir?
Minus
Angle will
theta.
be
Yes,
like
sir.
that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Minus theta.
Suppose for one pole, I am taking minus because pole will be in the denominator. So if you go to the top, that angle will be minus 90. So for one pole you consider 90, for one zero you consider set plus 90.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
pole
sir. Yes, sir.
minus 90, zero minus 90. So now tell me, so no zero is there, so one pole
Yes,
is
sir.
there. So the total angle is minus 90, so right?
Minus 90.
Now after that, what you need to find out, there are two things you need to find out. One, you have to find out ending direction. Another, you need to find out starting direction. So ending direction is always given by this this angle and this angle difference. You just see me. So and this angle is 0 degree and this angle is minus 90 degree. I am just differentiating this. You no need to find out the value. You just tell me that whether it is positive or negative. 0 minus or minus something positive, sir, right?
Positive, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Positive means if it's positive, then just remember that the direction will be clockwise. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And for starting direction, what you do, starting direction is always given by, remember at this point, starting direction is always given by finite number of finite number of poles and zeros. Mean finite number of poles and zeros means I cannot say finite number. I am just giving starting direction is given by minimum phase system. Just like that. Minimum phase system. Minimum phase system means all the terms, whether it is a pole and zero, that should be lie in the first quarter. That's it, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir,
So minimum
small
phase
doubt,
system
sir.
means yeah.
Sir, ending direction, how do you arrive at 0 degrees minus 90 degrees, sir?
No, just whatever the angle is given, sir. The initial angle I am calling this equation one and this
Okay.
equation two. Just
Okay.
angle, whatever the angle I am taking here, just subtract that angle, sir. 0 and minus 90. Just subtract this direction.
That, but 0 degrees means starting point will it be, sir?
You just this ending direction is given by these two difference. These two
Okay.
difference. So this difference is 0 degree, sir, and this difference is minus 90. So 0 minus minus 90. You just see the sign. I am just telling you that see the sign, sir. If
Okay,
the
sir.
sign
Okay.
is positive, then it is clockwise. If the sign is negative, then it is anti-clockwise.
Sir, then difference means why can't we take minus 90 minus 0, sir?
No, it is always a starting angle minus ending angle.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, okay,
So
okay.
this is, I mean, you can say like that, the angle at omega equal to 0 and minus the angle at omega equal to infinity.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay. Right.
It is
Then
defined
okay,
that
sir.
way, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
It is just, it nowhere you will not get any books, sir. Just I am telling you that how quickly you solve the questions. Okay,
Okay,
these are
sir.
my
Okay.
way of approaching the questions.
It's,
Otherwise,
it's
right.
good, sir. It's good.
Then this negative means anti-clockwise, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
if this
Okay,
angle
okay.
will be. Then just remember how you find out the ending direction. Then starting direction, how? Then you try to understand that starting direction, how will you find out? So remember, starting direction is only required when all the poles and zeros lies in the first quadrant. Now you see 1 by s plus 1. This pole is lies in s plus 1. This lies in which quadrant, sir? 1 plus j omega, right? S equal to, I'm putting j omega, sir. 1 plus j
Yes,
omega means something here, somewhere here. Means it is a positive pole, sir, right? One
yes,
is
sir.
here and another
Yes,
one is here. So it
yes,
lies in
sir.
the first quadrant. If it is lies in the first quadrant, then all the terms you need to check, sir. If all the terms are positive or lies in the first quadrant, then you require to find out the starting direction. Otherwise, don't require to. Otherwise, you don't think about that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now you see that in this transfer function, this 1 by s plus 1, this s plus 1 is a positive pole lies in the first quadrant. So I'm able to find out my starting direction. So starting direction, if for finite pole, if it is a pole, finite pole, it will be clockwise, and for finite zero, it will be anti-clockwise.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So here actually what is there, sir? 1 by s plus 1 is a pole. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
pole, so you just choose the starting direction is clockwise.
Mhm.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay.
I'll
Then
tell.
if there are number of poles, then sir.
Then you need to check that which pole is nearer to origin. That's it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I'll go to one question, you will clarify, sir. Okay. But for now, you just understand that the ending direction is clockwise, starting direction finite pole is there, one pole is there, and so it is clockwise, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now
Okay.
I'm drawing the polar plot here, sir. Here it will be fine, it will be okay because you can get it. So now you see, so always whenever you draw polar plot, your direction will be from omega equal to 0 to infinity. You start from 0. Now you see, whenever I'm starting from 0, what is the magnitude, sir? 1,
Yes,
right?
sir. Mm.
So what is the angle? 0 degree. It means you have to start from 0 degree. This is 0 degree. This is 90 degree. This is again 180 degree. This is 270 degree, right, sir? This is the our coordinate system.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Now he's telling that you have to start a value which is amplitude of 1 and
Yes, sir.
by
Yes,
making an angle of 0 degree. So I'm making an angle of 0 degree here. Let me assume that this point is 1.
yes, sir.
So I'm starting. But in which direction I have to start? You have two direction. One person can go this way, other person can go this way. Right, sir?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, yes.
But already you proved that your starting direction is clockwise, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So for clockwise, you have to go to this direction because if you go to this direction, this is anti-clockwise direction, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So like that's why you have to move in this path. This is a clockwise direction, right, sir?
Yes, that's anti-clockwise, sir.
No, no, sir. This is clockwise, na? This is घड़ी का ऐसा ही clockwise है ना?
Ah, okay, 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 sir. Okay, okay.
Right. So it is clockwise direction, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
So I'm starting from 1. I'm moving clockwise. My starting direction I got clockwise, right, sir? But where I have to end? I have to end by making an angle which is parallel to minus 90, and at which magnitude? Magnitude is 0. Magnitude is
Zero.
0 means I have to reach at this point, but
Yes, sir.
my making an angle which is minus 90. Minus 90 is same as 270, sir, right? If you move anti-clockwise, this is minus 90, this is minus 180, this is minus 270, and again 360, sir, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
So our coordinate system like that. So it means I have to start here and I have to reach at this point because I have to reach at magnitude 0 by making an angle of minus 90. So I am making angle of minus 90 here. Means I am, if you exactly plot the polar plot, means in graph, then it will come like this. Means it will be
Yes, sir.
parallel to minus 90 and it will reach 0.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So this is the polar plot. You can see now your starting direction is also anti-clockwise, your ending direction is also anti-clockwise. Sorry, clockwise. You are moving in the
Clockwise.
clockwise direction.
That's a small doubt, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, how do you arrive at starting direction as a finite pole clockwise and finite zero anti-clockwise, sir?
because
Because you have only poles, that's why you are taking it as
yeah,
a
because
clock.
there is no zero is here. That's why one pole is there, so clockwise by default.
Okay, sir. If number
I
of poles are there, sir, then which
then
is
I,
nearest
I'll,
to
I'll
the.
tell you. I'll tell you my second question.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay, sir.
So after this, you are clear, sir.
Clear, sir. Clear. Thank you.
Let's go to next question. I'm just adding. Previously the question is like that, 1 plus s plus 1 is there, right sir? Now I'm
Yes, sir.
adding another pole, 1 by s plus 2. Now you tell me, you just apply the formula omega equal to 0. You just write down in your copy like this. How I write down? At omega equal to 0, what is the magnitude, sir? Just tell me, put omega equal to 0. So I get 1 by 0, 1 by 0. So 1 by 2. Magnitude will get 1 by 2.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And what is the angle you will get?
Minus 180, sir.
No, sir. At omega equal to 0, the angle is given by number of poles and zeros at origin.
Okay.
So how many poles and zeros at origin?
Zero, sir. No
So,
poles.
so you write down 0 there. You write down 0. Got my point?
Please explain
So
once, sir.
yeah, just I'm telling you. So ma'am is also joined. I think
Okay, sir.
ma'am,
Okay.
we're starting polar plot. Are you there, ma'am? Uh, just sir, you just write down what I'm saying. You just write down. Otherwise, you're not able to understand.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Uh, so this is a polar plot. So I told you that at omega equal to 0, you're varying your frequency from omega equal to 0 to omega equal to infinity, right, sir?
Yes,
Right?
sir. Yes.
But I told you at omega equal to 0, you need to find out two things. You need to find out your magnitude, you need to find out your angle. I told you that the magnitude you will only find out, you just put omega equal to 0 in this transfer function, right? Omega equal to 0 means s equal to 0 because s equal to g omega. Put omega equal to 0 means s tends to 0. It means when s equal to 0, this value is 0, this value is 0. So you're 1 by 1 into 1 by 2. So it total is 1 by 2. The magnitude you got 1 by 2, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I told you that at omega equal to 0, this angle is only given by the number of poles and zeros at origin. Okay, it means you see that there is no pole and zero at the origin. It means this angle is by default 0 degree. If a pole is there like this, then you can say that for every pole, I told you that it will contribute an angle of minus 90. For pole, the angle will be minus 90. For zero, it will be plus 90. So it means suppose this transfer function is like that, then for pole you have to write it minus 90.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now pole is not there, so you write down 0. Because at omega equal to 0, the angle is given by the poles and zeros at origins, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now that's why this angle is 0 degree. Now at omega equal to infinity, you just put omega equal to infinity means s is infinity. So 1 by infinity plus 1 into 1 by infinity plus 2. Infinity में कुछ भी add कर दो, so infinity 1 by infinity is 0. So it
Zero,
means
sir.
this angle will be 0 degree. So the
Magnitude zero.
magnitude will be 0. And
Yes,
what is
sir.
the angle? Angle I told you, the angle equal to the number of finite pole and finite zero. Okay, sir?
Okay,
But
sir.
here
Okay.
in this question, there is no zero. Forget about the zero. Only poles are there. How many poles are there? Two poles
Two,
are
sir.
there. So one
Two.
pole contributes minus 90. So two pole will contribute minus 180.
Okay,
You
sir.
just
Okay.
write down minus 1, right? You understand how I get the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
magnitude at
Yes.
angle
Yes,
at
sir.
omega 0 and omega infinity. Next
Yes, sir.
step
Clear.
is
Clear.
that
Clear.
next step you just make a line like this. Then I told you need to find out two angles. One is ending direction, another is starting direction. So now first tell me, ending direction I told you this angle, whatever this angle is there, and this angle is there. Just subtract and tell me the sign. I don't require the value. So this is positive, this is a negative value. So positive minus of minus negative. So it will be
180, sir.
okay. It means I need a sign, sir. I don't require the values. So what is our sign? Sign
Clockwise.
is positive,
Clockwise.
right? If the sign is
Clockwise.
positive, I told you that the ending direction will be clockwise. If it is a negative sign, then the ending direction will be anti-clockwise. Then starting
Okay, sir.
direction is given by finite number of poles and zeros. Okay, but here you can see that there are two poles are there. One is at minus one, another is at minus two. Okay, these are two poles location. Now I told you that suppose because there is no zero is there. If suppose one zero is there, let me add one zeros here. Let me, I am telling that one zero will be here. Let's say at 3. Then in this question will be like that, s plus 3. Now you have to see that whether the pole is nearer to origin, origin or zero is nearer to origin.
Pole is near to origin.
If the pole is nearer to origin, then the angle will be clockwise. Pole means clockwise. Zero means
Okay, sir.
anti-clockwise.
Okay,
Just remember
okay,
that.
okay, sir. Okay.
So, but in this question, there is no poles is there. Zero is not there. So forget about the third part. Minus 3 is not there. This is the pole location. So poles is nearer to origin. So by default, the angle will be clockwise, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So now your starting angle will be clockwise. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now
Okay.
you just draw the polar plot. That's it. Nothing is there. So which point you have to start? You have to start at 0 degree. This is 0 degree line. This is 90-degree line. This is 180 line. This is 270. If you go opposite, then this will be minus 90 degree. This will be minus 180 if you move anti-clockwise direction. So this will be minus 270. Again, this will be 360 or minus 360, whatever. Now, but you have to start with 0 degree by making an angle 0 degree. And you know that clockwise and clockwise, you both ending direction and starting direction clockwise. So you start a value 1 by 2 here. Let write down 1 by 2. Now, if you start at 1 by 2, but you have to reach at 0, but by making an angle of minus 180 degree. So now if you come here, then you have to making an angle minus 90. So this is not the case. So you have to come here and make an angle like this and reach at the origin by making an angle which is parallel to 180 degree. So this is the polar plot, sir. This angle is 0 degree and you are crossing at some point here and reaching at here. So this value is 1 by 2 at an angle 0 and this is 0 at an angle minus 180, right? And the direction will be clockwise. We are moving in the clockwise direction.
Sir,
Clear?
please explain this plot, sir. How ending point will be 0 degrees, sir?
No,
Ending
0 degree I'm
point.
not saying. The
Okay,
magnitude
okay,
will be
okay.
0. You have to reach at 0 point. This is the magnitude 0,
Okay.
na?
Yes, sir.
But you
Yes,
have to
yes.
make an angle minus 180. So it is not make an angle minus 180. You have to make a line which is parallel to minus 180. So that's why I'm
Okay,
making
sir.
and coming like this. This is the actual
Okay.
polar plot. If in the books you can see, then they will draw like this. You got my point, sir?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So this is the polar plot. Okay. Now, I think those people who joined, are they able to follow, or I will explain the procedure again? Because if you not understand this polar plot, then you will not able to understand Nyquist plot. You got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now my point is that now in this question, lots of question can be arise. Okay. So the point is that whenever you are crossing, you are crossing at this point. You are crossing at this point. Then you know that you are varying your omega. Here omega is 0. At this point omega equal to 0, and at this point your omega equal to infinity. Okay. At this point omega equal to infinity. Whenever you are varying your omega equal to 0, 0, and you are reaching at omega equal to infinity, you are getting a plot like this. But when you are varying your omega, you are crossing this imaginary axis at this point. So some people can ask you, what is the value of omega at this point? If you find out the omega at this point, then what is the value of system k at this point? Suppose in this question if I add a k value, then what is the value of system gain at this particular omega? At this particular omega. Okay, these are my questions to you. Okay, because these are the questions you can encounter in real life. Okay, so let me solve the third question. Then you can able to answer all this part. Okay, let me go to the next question. Let me go on. The next question is like that. The previous question, you can see the first question I solved by putting only GSHS 1 by S plus 1. The second question I just add another pole S plus 2. Now, what I'm going the third question I will add another pole. How I will add another pole? GS, I can write down your G, uh, is given by like that 1 by. Previously I have to solve this one. Second question I have solved this one. Now the third question I am going to solve this one. Now tell me how is the polar plot? I will not find out all these things because all these things omega equal to 0 and omega equal to infinity you can just do in the side way of your paper. At omega equal to 0, just tell me what is the magnitude 1 by 6 and the angle will be 0 degree. At omega equal to infinity the magnitude will be 0 because 1 by infinity is 0 and 3 poles are there, so the angle will be minus 270. Right? Up to it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Clear.
Now just find out two angle. Ending direction is just this angle and this angle. Subtract and telling the sign only. This is 0 degree and this is minus 270. So 0 minus minus 270 is positive. So for positive I told you it is clockwise. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now starting direction I told you finite number of poles. If poles are there, 0 is not there. So by default your angle will be clockwise. Right, sir? So you have to start at a point of 1 by 6. This is the omega equal to 0 degree line. This is 0 degree line. I am starting a value of 1 by 6. I have to move clockwise, but I will reach at this point 0 by making an angle of minus 270. So I'll come and I'll come and I'll come and sorry. Yeah. I'll just by making a clockwise angle. So I will reach at this point. This is your this is your value, right, sir?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Now, the real question will start here, okay? How the real question? The questions are like that. Because this polar plot, whenever you vary omega equal to 0 at the starting point and your ending point, your omega equal to infinity, you are encountering a curve like this. So my question is that what is the value of omega at this first crossing point? Let me highlight that. This is the first crossing point. What is the value of omega here? And what is the value of omega here? When you're crossing the minus 180 degree line. Another person crossing minus 90 degree line. So see, lots of methods are there in the book how to solve that question. Okay, these are all time consuming. Suppose I am just giving the procedure. Suppose you first let me find out what is the value of omega at this point. Okay, so how you solve in the book, how you solve, they told that you have to find out the angle because at this point omega your angle is minus 180. So for this transfer function you find out the angle and equate it to minus 180 degree and find out omega, right, sir? This is the book they are giving this solution. So if you find out what is the angle of this transfer function, then I'm finding out minus tan inverse omega by 2, then minus tan inverse omega by 3, and that angle you have to make equal to minus 180 degree because this at this point the angle will be minus 180 degree. If we equate and solve this equation, then you need to find out omega, right, sir?
Okay,
This is
sir.
the
Okay.
way you have to find out. But you just see, if you don't have a calculator, okay, then how much time it will take to solve this equation that a trigonometric you have to apply, okay, then how much time it will, just imagine that at least it will take 2 minutes time. Also if you put in calculator also, it will hardly take another maximum 60 seconds to find out the answer. So I will not go by this process. I have already explained in my root locus and my RH criterion how to find out the answers, okay? So let me apply that concept here. So what is the concept I told you? Suppose you need to find out the value at this point. Let me call this point is 1. So whenever you just imagine that you are standing at this position, okay? So you are now standing at this position. At which position? At minus 180 degree line you are standing. So I told you that in any transfer function, if you need to find out any value at the real axis, then the imaginary terms will be 0, right, sir? Because I need to find out the value at the real axis. Okay, so why should I consider the imaginary axis? Let me, because there are two positions. If one position is standing here, another position is standing here. If I need to find out the value of a point at 1, then I have to make 2 0 because 2 is in another axis, I am in another axis. So I will not consider that. So apply the same concept. If you find out any value at the real axis, make the imaginary terms equal to 0. So imaginary terms, I told you, imaginary terms are nothing but the odd terms. So first of all, s plus 1, s plus 2, and s plus 3. Okay, so first multiply these three. If you multiply these three, then you will get s cube plus 6s square plus 11s plus 6. This is the value. If you want to find out any value at the real axis, make the imaginary terms 0. Imaginary terms means odd terms. Odd terms equal to 0. So what you do, till s cube plus 11s, you make it 0. Then s square plus 11 equal to 0. So s square is minus omega square plus 11 equal to 0. It means omega equal to root 11. So at this point, your omega value is root 11. This is the answer. You understand or not? These are the concepts you are applying from RH criterion. Right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you
Only
following?
imagine that uh,
Whatever the odd terms,
cubic
make it equal to 0
odd term
because you need to find out the value on the real
at
axis.
at real axis, so that the imaginary will be 0.
Right. Any
Yes.
imaginary terms means odd terms, right? Because SQ, there is a imaginary term will coming. But S square, the real term is coming. Again, S, another imaginary term is coming. Wherever J is there, that is the imaginary part. Whenever there is no J, that is real part, right? See, so you can see whenever odd terms are there, it gives me imaginary terms. Odd terms, imaginary part. But S square is real, it gives me a real term, right? Right, like that. Getting my point, right, sir? Any doubt? I'm asking. I'm
Clear,
asking.
sir. Clear.
I'm asking all of you. Any doubt till now? How to find out this omega?
No, sir.
So this omega is nothing called omega PC, right? This is called your phase crossover frequency. What is the definition of phase crossover frequency? Phase crossover frequency is the frequency at which your phase angle is minus 180, right? So it means on this real axis, and if a pole is located at minus 180-degree line, if in this way you solve and find out the omega value, that omega is your omega PC, right? This is called your phase crossover frequency. So if any question, they're asking you to find out the gain margin. For gain margin, you need to find out the phase crossover frequency. So solve by this method. Don't waste your time. So solve by this method and find out omega, and that omega is called a phase crossover frequency. Right? You got my point?
Yes, sir.
So now if I find out the omega value at this point, if suppose somebody will ask me, find out the magnitude at this point, then what I will do? Then I'll just, whatever the GH is giving, just find out the magnitude. So for first term, the magnitude will be 1 plus omega square. For second term, it will be 4 plus omega square. And for third term, it will be 9 plus omega square. And put omega equal to root 11 or omega square equal to 11 and find out the magnitude. That will give the magnitude at this point. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
And this magnitude will be 1 by 60. So at this point, if I'm erasing all these things, I'm just simplifying, I'll write it. Okay. So at this point, the omega equal to root 11 and the magnitude will be 1 by 60. This is the k value at this point. Okay. Clear how to find out in any polar plot at any point how to find out the magnitude as well as the omega corresponding omega value. Why I need to find out omega value? Because I am varying omega equal to 0 to infinity. That's the definition of polar plot. Polar plot is saying that this is a magnitude and phase plot by varying omega from 0 to infinity. So I have already varies omega 0 from omega equal to infinity. So whenever I varied, I get a curve like this. But in that curve, I get two value of omega. At this point, one cross section is there. Another point, this cross section is there. So I can able to find out what is the omega value at this point and what is the k value at this point. Now, can anybody find out? Tell me how to find out the omega value at this point.
So then,
Then you have
so
to
then
make the
making
real part. You just
real
make
part
real
powers
part
of
equal
real
to 0.
part equal to 0. Yes, sir.
That's it. You got my point, sir? So for the previous question, if I ask you to find out the omega value for this question, then what you do, just multiply s plus 1 and s plus 2. S plus 1 and s plus 2 will give you s square plus 2s plus 1s is 3s plus 2. This is your denominator part, and make the, you want to find out that omega equal to 90 because it is crossing the imaginary axis, real part equal to 0. So real part means s square plus 2 equal to 0. So your omega equal to root 2. So at this point, your omega equal to, got it?
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir,
So
for third problem also same rule applicable, sir.
yeah, same rule, same rule. Just make the real part equal to 0. 6s square plus 6 equal to 0.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So find out here 6x square plus 6 equal to 0. So s square plus 1 equal to 0. It means your omega square equal to 1 and omega equal to 1. So at this point, your omega equal to 1. That's it. This is the answer. Okay, you can solve as many as question based on that. You will get the same answer. And above, if it is a fourth order equation, now you have to apply the same rule. Just multiply and make the even terms and the odd terms 0 according to your requirement. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, if you got it, then let me solve one question. Let me see. This is a question code. Forget about this and calculator. So let this question to solve. Suppose I'll not solve. You just solve by yourself. I'll just wait and how you solve this question. This is giving to you s square divided by s plus 2. So two zeros are there and three poles are there. So I'm just writing, you just tell me the answer. At omega equal to 0, first at omega equal to infinity, you just make it like that. At omega equal to 0, what is the, what is at omega equal to 0, what is the magnitude? What is the magnitude? 1 by 0 is infinity, sir. Why were you voting? Something by 0 is infinity means the answer is infinity. Right? What is the magnitude at omega equal to 0? Uh, are you getting? Goodness are here 0 plus 2, 0 plus 3, 0 and 0 plus 1. What is the value here? 6 by 0 is infinite, right?
Infinity, sir. Yes.
So this is very straightforward, okay, sir. If you see a 0 at origin means 1 by 0 is infinity. Don't think about other terms. So omega equal to 0, magnitude is infinite. What is the angle? The angle will be given by the number of poles and 0 at the origin. So two poles at origin. So angle will be minus 180, right, sir?
Yes,
Whenever
sir.
you are
Yes, yes.
finding out the angle at omega equal to 0, you just consider only the number of poles and 0 is the origin. Remain, forget about all the other terms. Now, at omega equal to infinity, what is the magnitude? 0, right? Because 1 by infinity is 0, right?
Yes, sir.
At infinity, if you put infinity, infinity plus 2, infinity plus 3, divided by infinity and infinity plus 2. So this 1 by infinity makes it 0. Don't consider other terms, right? Something by infinity is 0, right, sir? Then, at omega equal to infinity, what is this angle? See how many poles and zeros are there? Two, two zeros. For two zeros, I am writing 180. For three poles, I am writing minus 270. So the total angle is how much? Minus 90. So minus 90. Just cancel these two zero get cancelled by two poles. So only one pole is there, and for one pole it will be minus 90 like that. Got my point? Any doubt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear? Then you just, if you clear, then you can do the, what is the ending direction? Positive or negative clockwise or anti-clockwise? Just tell me. I'm expecting answer from all. What is the ending direction? What is the ending direction? I'm sorry, disconnected.
It's clockwise, sir. Clockwise plus.
Let me see whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Yeah, now tell me, what is the clockwise or anti-clockwise? I told you ending direction is minus 180 minus of minus 90. So what is this value? Positive or negative? It is minus 90. Minus 90 means negative. Negative means anti-clockwise. Starting direction. Are you clear, sir, how it is anti-clockwise?
Sir, zeros you have to consider as 180, sir.
I'm sorry, you are. So why you are confused? At which point you are confused? I told you that ending direction means this equation 1 and this equation 2 angle you just subtract, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Clear.
Clear, na? Then starting direction. When you're going to starting direction, now you see both the zeros and poles are there. So which is close to origin? Poles or zeros?
Poles, sir. Poles.
Finite pole. Don't consider this the pole which is at origin. Forget about that. Out of those remaining three finite poles, these are finite poles, which is close to origin. Poles is close to origin because one is close to origin, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that's why the angle is clockwise, right? Right, sir? Your ending direction is anti-clockwise. Your starting direction is clockwise. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Now you draw the polar plot. Here you draw, sir. You have to start at minus 180 degree line. So we come at minus 180 degree line. This is minus 180 degree line, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
But you have
Start
to
it.
start at infinity. So you have to start at infinity means parallel to something. Let me call that this is a minus infinity. This is the line, right?
Yes, sir.
This is the
Yes.
infinity. So I'm just starting. But I told that my starting direction is clockwise. So there are two possibilities. There are two possibilities for you. If you are considering that this is a minus 180 degree line and you are starting clockwise, one person can start like this, other person can start like this. If this person will move this direction by making an angle, this will be clockwise. If these people can move like this is anti-clockwise. So which will you prefer, on the upside or downside? Because your starting direction is clockwise. So which one is correct answer? Because at minus
Clock.
180 degree line means you have two possibilities. Either you can move like this or you can move like this. But your starting direction is clockwise means one is correct or two is correct.
One is correct, sir.
So forget about two. So remove two. So this is a correct answer. So you have to move like that. Okay. So I am just drawing it properly. So I will start like this and I'll come like that. Right. Clockwise. This is clockwise direction. Now, but your ending, you just see you have to reach at 0 degree, but by making a minus 90 degree. Minus 90 degree means minus 90 is this line. So you have to come, but you have to come in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction means if I come like this and I have to reach my 0 degree means you have to reach at zero, magnitude zero. So reach magnitude zero means you have to start and cross and come at minus 90 degree and reach at 0 point. And you see the angle here, this angle is clockwise, but whenever you are moving this and again anti-clockwise, right? Your starting direction is clockwise, your ending direction is anti-clockwise. right? You are reaching at 0 and parallel to minus 90. This is the correct answer, right, sir? You are getting my point.
Sir, how it will be anti-clockwise, sir? Please explain.
Anti-clockwise told you, na? Just equation 1 and equation 2 angle you
Okay,
subtract.
sir. Okay, okay. How it will be anti-clockwise, sir? The direction.
Sir, this direction is anti-clockwise, na? You are moving
Okay,
anti-clockwise
okay,
direction,
okay, sir. Okay.
right? This is
Yes.
anti-clockwise direction.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right, clockwise direction means you have to move something like that.
Yes, sir. It's clockwise. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so this is the polar plot, right, sir?
Okay.
Can you find out what is the value of omega at this point, crossing point? Can you able to find out what is the omega value at this point? Are you getting my point? Are you able to find out omega at this point?
By making power image odd powers equal to 0, sir.
Zero. But just tell me how many terms are there. So what you do now, sir? Whenever you find out omega, you have to multiply all the terms. Na? So first to do like this: s square in the bottom, s plus 1 in the bottom, and take this s plus 2 and s plus 3 also in the bottom. Okay, every term you just multiply s plus 2 and s plus 3. After getting multiplied and equal to 0, then whatever the terms is coming, make the odd terms equal to 0. Right, sir? All the terms you have to consider. Okay, don't for
Okay,
only
okay.
consider numerator or
Got it.
only consider the denominator. Right, all the
Okay,
terms you
sir.
multiply and make that. Got it?
Okay, sir.
So if you understand this, now I'm coming to polar plot. Okay, if you understand this, then I'm coming to Nyquist plot. How you do the Nyquist plot, right, sir? Because mostly you, just I'm giving a flavor of polar plot to make you draw the Nyquist plot. Now you can
Yes,
draw. Now you can able to find out the polar plot of anything, right?
yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Now let me come to the Nyquist plot. Let me give a simple question I will give you to find out the Nyquist plot. Let me give you first question. So I'm writing your heading Nyquist plot. Okay. So first the question is like J is equal to 1 by S into S plus 1. So my question is that to find out the Nyquist plot of these transfer function. So what is the first step? What is the first step, sir? First step is that you find out the polar plot. Okay, sir. Can you do the polar plot of this question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And tell me how it will be. At omega equal to 0, at omega equal to infinity, I'm just writing down. At omega equal to 0, what is the amplitude? Infinity, right? 1 by 0 is
Infinity, sir.
infinity. And what is the angle
Infinity, sir.
here?
Minus 90, sir.
Number of poles and zeros at origin, right, sir? So minus 90. At omega equal to infinity, what is the magnitude? 1 by infinity is 0, right? Because just see 1 by
0.
infinity 0. So now, what is the total angle here? Two poles are there,
Minus
so
180.
minus 1.
Minus 180.
Now, what is the ending direction? Equation 1, equation 2, you just subtract the angles only and say, tell me the right,
Positive, sir. Positive.
positive. So positive means
Clockwise, sir.
clockwise. Starting direction, finite pole or finite zero is there, only poles are there. Zero is not there, so clockwise, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now you draw the polar plot. I am drawing the polar plot here. So I start with minus 90-degree angle. So this is my minus 90-degree line. I have to start at infinity, but in clockwise direction. If you're starting with infinity, you have two direction. You can start either on the left hand side or you can go in the right hand side. But if you are move in this direction, then you have to move like that. But if you move in this direction, you have to move like that. So, but you have to move clockwise. So, which one is correct? One or two? Which direction is clockwise? सर क्लॉकवाइज ऐसे होता है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज ऐसे होता है सो व्हिच डायरेक्शन यू हैव टू मूव लेफ्ट साइड और राइट साइड वन और टू हेलो Are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. One, sir. One.
Yeah, you have to move it one. So remove two. Okay, so remove two. So I'm drawing it clearly. So I'm starting and like this. I hardly move like this. Then I'll reach at this point because I have to reach at 0 point by making an angle of minus 180. So is this fine? Is this the correct way? And whatever I'm doing, you just start like this and make like this, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this is the polar plot. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you are starting like this. Starting is clockwise. You are now moving. You are moving. You are moving, and now we are making an angle of minus 180 and reaching 0 point. So this is your polar plot. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Now to do the Nyquist plot, the second, this is the first step, polar plot you draw. Then second point is that you just, whatever the polar plot you have make it, just take a mirror image of that. I'm just writing on the step, mirror image. Take a mirror image. Just you take the mirror image with respect to real axis, then this will be like this. Just I'm doing it clearly. If you take a mirror image like this, then this is your 0 degree line. It will be like this. Sorry. So I'm just drawing the line, straight line. This is origin. Then this is the line. So this is the mirror image of the first plot. If I am calling this the plot is 1, then plot 2 is the mirror image like that, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So and you also follow the same direction. It means you have started, sir, like this. You started like this. I'm just changing my pen for your understanding. I am just starting like this, like this. I've started. Then I have moving the polar plot. Polar plot is completed. At this point, the polar plot is completed. Then, if I take the mirror image, I'll get the second curve. But you just move in the same direction. Just move in the same direction. Like my pen is moving, you just move in the same direction. You move in the same direction, and the direction will be now like this. Same direction. Don't change the direction. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Clear.
Now you're reaching at this point, right, sir? You're reaching at this point. Okay, at some positive infinity you reach, right? It's positive infinity,
Yes.
this is negative infinity. Now this is the mirror image of the polar plot. Next, third point. Then if in any transfer function, if suppose in this transfer function this s is, okay, s is there, I'm just telling the third point. The third point is that the third step is that you just see the number of poles and zeros at origin. So how many poles and zeros at origin, sir? One.
One, sir. One.
One pole, you just write down one pole at origin, right, sir? Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So remember that as many as number of poles in the origin, then that many infinite number of half circles. Just write down this point. Number of poles at origin equal to number of infinite radius half circles. Okay, sir. So what I'm writing, number of poles at origin. I'm not saying about zeros, just to consider only poles. So number of poles at origin equal to number of infinite radius half circles. Right, sir? You
Okay,
just
sir.
remember this point. So how many poles at origins are here?
One, sir. One.
So how many number of infinite radius half circle you will get?
One, sir.
One. So you sir understand how I draw the plot one and how I draw the plot two, right?
Yes, sir. Up to that point. Okay, sir.
Now and now we are at which point? You are at this point, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now you have to make an infinite radius half circle starting, because at which point you have started, now you have to starting the same point. So you have to make an infinite radius half circles, okay, and reach at the starting point. So now this is your complete Nyquist plot. You got my point, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes. Clear,
So
clear.
this is a complete Nyquist plot. So there are three
Oh,
steps, sir. One step you have to draw the polar plot. Next step you have to take the mirror image and reach at the same point. So I am reaching at this point. Then if there is a pole at origin, then that means number of infinite radius half circle. If I'll now solve the second question, then I'll come back to this question for your understanding. So forget about this question now. Just some points you have to remember in your mind, that you have to draw the polar plot, you have to take the mirror image, and if there is number of poles at origin is there, then that means number of infinite radius half circles, right? 3 points you just catch from this slide.
yes, sir.
Now come to the second question. The second question, sir, I'm just giving a simple question to understand you that. Suppose if you want to draw the polar plot, Nyquist plot of this one, then the first step what you do? Polar plot, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So tell me the polar plot at omega equal to 0, at omega equal to infinity, at omega equal to 0, what is the magnitude? 10.
Infinite.
No,
10,
no,
sir.
sir, 10, sir. No?
10, 10, 10,
0.
10. Yes, sir. Yes, plus
What is the
10.
angle? 0 degree. Because there is no poles and 0 at origin. At omega
Yes,
equal
sir.
to infinity, 1 by infinity is 0, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And what is the angle? Only one pole is there, so minus 90.
Minus 90.
Ending direction is how much? 0 minus minus 90, positive. So it will be clockwise. Starting direction, only poles are there, so clockwise.
Clockwise, sir.
Now you draw the polar plot. I'm just drawing the polar plot. I'm just changing my color for your understanding. So I start with 10 at 0 degree angle. This is value is 10 at an angle 0 degree, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
I have to move clockwise and I'll reach 0 by making minus 90 degree. So start like this and reach like this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Clockwise. Clockwise.
Yes,
We
sir.
are now moving in the clockwise direction. So this is the polar plot, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
And take the mirror image. Second point is that you have to take the mirror image. So if the curve is like that, what is the mirror image is like this, right?
Yes, sir. About that.
And you have to start at the same point, okay? And same direction, right?
Yes, sir.
Now this is the polar plot and this is the mirror image of that plot. Now
Yes,
come to the
yes.
third point. Is there any pole at origin?
No, sir. No.
So this is your answer, sir. If there is no pole at origin, na, so don't consider the third point. And this is your Nyquist plot. The total Nyquist plot is this one. This is your answer. Are you getting my
Okay, sir.
point, sir?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't say thank you, okay? I'll say thank you if you solve this question. The question is like that. 10 divided by s plus 1 and s plus 2. Do it fast, sir. Polar plot. Omega 0. What is the amplitude? 10 by 2, 5.
Yes, sir.
What is the angle? 0 degree. No poles
Zero
and
degree.
zero origin. At omega equal to infinity, what is the value? 1 by infinity is 0. How many poles are there? Total poles? 2 poles. So minus
Minus
180.
180.
Then ending direction is how much? Positive or negative?
Positive, sir.
Clockwise. Starting direction, poles are there. Clockwise.
Yes, sir.
Do the polar plot. You have to start at 5 at an angle 0 degree. You have to move clockwise direction and making an angle of minus 180, you have to reach 0. So clockwise I'm moving, making an angle of minus 180, I'm reaching 0. This is the direction, sir, right? I'm moving clockwise, right? And I'm
Yes, sir.
coming to 0. This is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Now, second step, what you do? Made a mirror image. Take the mirror image means like this, right? From same point you start, where you left, and reach. Got it?
Yes, sir.
This is the answer, sir. This is the completion equation. Because there is no poles and zeros at origin. So, okay, this is your answer. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now this question, just remember this question, 10 divided by s plus 1, s plus 2. Okay, I'm going to the next slide. Okay, sir. So question was 10 divided by s plus 1, s plus 2. I'm adding in this question one s square term. Now for the Nikus plot. So
Two circles will be.
yeah. So first tell me, sir. Now you have to find out omega equal to 0 and omega equal to infinity. Okay. So what is the omega equal to 0? What is the magnitude? Infinity, right? So 1 by
Infinity, sir.
0. 1 by 0 is infinity. How many poles and 0 at origin? 2 poles at
Two,
origin.
sir. Two.
So minus 180. Right, sir?
Okay, sir.
At omega equal to infinity, what is the magnitude? 1 by infinity is how much? 0. So total how many poles are there? 4 poles.
Yes, sir.
So minus
Minus
360.
360.
Now, what is the ending direction?
It's
Positive or
positive, sir.
negative?
Positive, sir.
Clockwise, right, sir? Starting direction, finite poles are there, clockwise, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, small doubt, sir.
Ah, yeah, yes,
If any pole is any zero is there,
right. Suppose I
that
am adding one zero here, okay, for your convenience, okay? 10
okay,
into
sir.
s
Okay.
plus 1. Then now tell me, so then what will happen? So one zero and one pole get cancelled, sir. So the
Okay,
remaining
sir.
is what? Poles. So which one is dominant? That you have to consider. Equivalent, it's
Okay,
like
sir.
that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So like this. Suppose here 3 is there, S3. Then which one is dominant? This S2 and S2 get cancelled.
Zero.
Still one pole, 0 is there. So for
Then
that,
90.
then plus 90. Right, sir?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Like this. So this will be 10 divided the question coming to the original question. So this will be minus 180. Right.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now you draw the polar plot. So at which point I have to start, sir? Infinity. But at which direction?
Infinite
Minus 180.
minus one.
So this is minus 180 degree line. But here you have two options. Either you can move like this or you can move like this. But which one you prefer? Clockwise. Clockwise means upper one, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
So remove the lower one. So I'm just drawing it again. So I'll start from upper one. I'll move clockwise, but I have to come at minus 360. So this is 0 degree. This is minus 90. This is minus 180. This is minus 270. This is minus 360. Means I have to come this line at reach at or reach at 0 magnitude. So I will come here like this clockwise and come here. Right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Just I'm drawing here again. With a clear picture. That's right. Okay, sir.
yes, sir. Yes.
Fine. So just show me the direction. You are moving in the clockwise direction. Starting angle is clockwise. Your ending angle also you can check is clockwise. Okay. Now,
Then take mirror
second
image.
the mirror image. Mirror image means you just whatever you see, you just see here and come here like that, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you have to move in the same direction as the original. Don't change your direction because you have to move in a particular path. The path should be completed. Then you are now at this position, right, sir? The big bullet point, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you have to see how many number of infinite radius half circles are. How many radius? Two poles are there. So how many number of infinite radius half circle? Two.
Two, sir.
So at which point you have to start? Where you end. So you have to ending here. So you have to start one infinite radius half circle. Okay. Just so if you start at this point, then you have to move clockwise. Then one circle is completed. Then again another circle make like that and reach at the original. Okay, sir. From here, this point to this point, one half circle. Again, from this point to this point, another half circle. Just,
Okay, sir. Great.
just to reach, join the initial and the final point, like that. So you have to start at this point and reach at the original point. If this is your original point, polar plot will be starting from one. Then I am ending at a polar plot is completed at point 2, then the mirror image will start at 2, and the mirror image at end at 3. Then an infinite radius half circle will start from 3. So one infinite radius half circle will be completed at 4. Again from 4 to 1, another infinite radius half circle completed. Just close the loop.
Sir, small doubt, sir.
Yeah.
If only one S is there, one pole is at origin, then how it will be completed, sir? Only one
It
half
will be
circle
not
will be.
complete. The question will be something like that. It will be completed. Okay. Okay, sir.
It
Because
will
in
be
that
given
case,
like that.
yeah, it will be like that only. Always a Nikus plot should be a complete plot, sir. Okay. So
Okay,
in
sir.
this
Okay, sir.
question, because if it is 1 by s, na, then your
Yes, sir.
polar
Yes.
plot will be not like that, na. Your polar plot will be something different.
Okay, okay, okay. It also will be changed.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Right, right.
Got it.
Okay, sir. Right.
Now this in this way you have to draw the polar plots. Sorry, Nikus plot. You got my point, sir. How you can solve the Nikus plot?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Any question is given to you, can you do that? But if you understand this, then
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'll do the question. I'll just last question for you. GH equal to 1 by S cube. I'm giving third order poles and S plus 1. Now you do the for this question you just show me how the polar plots and Nikus plot will be. First at omega equal to 0, at omega equal to infinity. What is at omega equal to 0? What is the magnitude? 1 by 0.
Infinity, sir.
How many angles are there?
Minus 270.
Minus 2. I'll not say anything. You just say and I'll do. At omega equal to infinity, what is the value?
0, sir.
What is the angle?
Minus 2. Minus 360, sir.
Yes, 4 poles are there. Minus
Yes,
360.
sir.
Then ending direction.
Minus 270. Plus, sir.
Plus
Clockwise.
plus means clockwise. Okay. Then starting direction. Only poles are there, so clockwise, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now come to the polar plot first. The polar plot will start at infinity but minus 270 angle. So this axis is minus 270, sir. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you have to move clockwise. So you have two options. Either you can move like this or you can move like this. But which one is clockwise? 1 or 2?
Right side, sir.
Right side, mean 2.
2, 2.
Right. So just make a plot and start at infinity and reach at minus 360. Minus 360 is this line. So you have to start this and come and reach like this. Got the point? How I am doing?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now take the mirror image. You take the mirror image, this will be like this, right? I'm just making it bigger so that. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the mirror image of the first plot. Then how many number of infinite radius half circles are there?
3, sir. 3.
So you have to start the here. First you make infinite radius half circle complete. Second another you have to come. Okay. You have to start here and make 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Clear. Okay.
Like that. So you have to just connect the starting point to the end point and end point to the starting point. Now you have to always move in the clockwise direction because sir, Nyquist plot is always a clockwise plot. Remember, when this infinite radius half circles are always clockwise. Okay, so if you move like this, then always this path will be clockwise. Okay? So this is always a clockwise. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So this is your Nyquist plot. Okay. I'm just not drawing in the actual, but if you look and see in a book, then it will be the circles will be given perfectly. Okay, you just understand that this is infinite radius half circle. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now, after drawing the Nyquist plot, you know, sir, how to draw the Nyquist plot now. But the question will be coming like that. You have to find out the system gain because in this all the questions I am not adding k. So anything you can add a k value. In place of 1, you can write 10. In place of 10, you can write 10k. In place of whatever, you just write 10. Here you can write 10k. So k is always there. System gain is always there. So let me do one question for you where system gain is there. So suppose I'm giving the question like this. So 1 by s plus 1, s plus 2, s plus 3. Already have done this, but I'm adding a k value. So the question is that for what value of k the system is stable. Okay, sir? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
You can solve this question by array criterion, sir. Okay. You can solve by array criterion. You can solve by root locus. But here we can find out the system stability or find out the k value by using Nyquist plot. Okay. We are doing this analysis by using frequency domain analysis. So your first point is that whenever you see this question and find the k value for system stability, your first point is that you have to find out the Nyquist plot. So first you have to find out Nyquist plot. So uh, first find out polar plot. So at omega equal to 0, at omega equal to infinity, I have already solved this question 1 by s plus 1, 1 by s plus 2, 1 by s plus. So tell me, sir, at omega equal to 0, what is the magnitude?
Infinity, sir.
So 0, 0, I'm putting 0.
Okay, okay. 1/6, sir. 1/6.
Not 1 by 6, it's k by 6 now.
K/6. K/6.
At what is the angle? 0 degrees, sir. No
0
pole
degrees.
gives the origin. At infinity, what is the value? 1 by infinity is 0.
0, sir.
And 3 poles are there, so minus 270. Right. Now, ending direction.
It's
What is the
positive, sir.
ending direction? Positive means clockwise. Starting direction poles are there, so clockwise, right, sir? So now your target is that you have to find out the polar plot. So at which point you have to start? At k by 6. Let me, this point is k by 6. I am starting at 0 degree angle. This is 0 degree angle. So k by 6, at I am starting some value of k by 6. I will reach at minus 270 and I'll reach at 0 point. Magnitude will be 0, but at which direction? Minus 270. So I'm starting here, starting here, starting here. It's okay. This is the polar plot,
Yes, sir. Yes.
clockwise direction. So I'm making clockwise direction. Now, next step is that, so you have to make the mirror image of this one. How the mirror image of this one will be, sir? It will start like this. Okay. Let me clearly draw it actually. I just wanted I wanted to solve the question. That's why clear. I'll start here some k by 6 point. Let me, this k by 6 point is here. I'm starting and I'm reaching at this point. Now, if the mirror image will be here, same point, go and reach at this point. Starting from A. It's okay, sir?
Okay, sir. Okay.
This is k by 6 point. I am starting clockwise. I have moved like this and reaches origin. Then this line is the red line is the mirror image. You got it, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now this is a mirror image. Okay. Now how is there any independent radius half circle is there?
No, sir. No. No.
No, it is not there. It is not there because no poles and no poles at origin, right? So this
Yes,
is
sir.
your complete Nyquist plot. Okay. But in the question, he is not asking us the Nyquist plot. He is asking us to find out the K value for system stability. Okay, sir. So in Nyquist plot, whenever this line is crossing our negative minus 180-degree line, so what is that value of K at this point? Okay, sir. You need to find out. So find out the K value at this point. You have to find out omega value at this point first, right?
Yes, sir.
So for omega value, I told you, you just multiply s cube plus 6x square plus 11s plus 6 equal to 0. You multiply these three, then this is the answer. Then you make it the odd terms equal to 0. So s cube plus 11s equal to 0. So your omega equal to root 11. So at this point, your omega value is root 11. Right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, if the omega value are root 11, then what is the k value? Because at this point, so first find out the magnitude at this point. So this k divided by, this will be, magnitude will be 1 plus omega square. This will be 4 plus omega square. This will be 9 plus omega square. Now, if omega is root 11, then omega square equal to 11. Put that value here. So k divided by 11 plus 1 is root 12. This value will be 11 plus 4 root 15, and this value is 9 plus 11. 11 plus 9 is 20. So what is the value of k now? 12, 15, 60. So this would be k by 60. Okay. So if you find out, multiply and take, if multiply like that, 12, 15 and 20, you'll get 3600, sir. 3600 square root is 60. So that's what is k by 60, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So you know that at this omega point, the magnitude is k by 60. So this red point is coming at omega root 11 and the magnitude is k by 60. Right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you know that Nyquist criterion is saying that the number of encirclement, whatever the number of encirclement about the critical point. The critical point in Nyquist criterion is a minus 1 plus j0 point, right? You know that. So if I am considering, just see how I am solving the question. In Nyquist criterion, the critical point is minus 1 point. So minus 1 point, if I know, I don't know what is the k value. K value can be anything. So I don't know, if I don't know the k value, then I can't say that this minus 1 point is this point, or it this big circle, or this is outside this point. It can be anywhere, right, sir? Because I don't know k value. If k value
Yes, sir.
is less than 60, then it is somewhere inside. If k value is more than 60, then this minus 1 in this point, or it can be at this point, or it can be at exactly this point, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, so for critical stability, then what you do for critical stability, you are assuming that let my k by 60, it means the minus 1 point, let it is at this point. If this minus 1 point is at this point, it means at this point your amplitude is k by 60, and equate it to minus 1, take the magnitude, it's 1, so k equal to 60. It means at this point, it is my critical stability condition. You know that the number of encirclement about the critical point. So if suppose that the minus 1 plus j0 point is inside, okay, at this point, let me change my color. Let this is a blue point I'm doing here. If the minus 1 point is inside, then how many encirclement about the minus 1 points are?
Two, sir. Two.
2, because this is one encirclement, and the bigger one is also encirclement, right? So this is a small encirclement and this is a bigger encirclement. So it means number of encirclement is now 2 if my minus 1 point is inside. So now if I'm considering my second case, the minus 1 point is inside, so number of encirclement is 2. But for stability, the n equal to should be p, n equal to p. Okay, it means p means the number of poles which is lying to the right side of S plane. But in this transfer function, is there any pole is right in the right hand side, sir?
No, sir. No.
No. It means p equal to 0. P means number of poles which is lies at the right hand side. In this transfer function, number of poles which lies on the right hand side is 0. So p equal to 0. P equal to 0 means n has to be 0 for stability. For stability, this is the condition, sir. Okay, n should
Okay,
be
sir.
equal to p. But as p is 0, because in this transfer function p is 0, so n has to be 0. If n
Yes,
has
sir.
to be 0 means at which point n has to be 0, sir? The minus 1 point should be inside or minus 1 point should be outside? If minus 1 is inside, number of encirclement have n equal to 2, right?
Yes, yes.
It
Outside,
means,
sir. Outside.
yes, then
Out.
definitely you can conclude that the minus 1 point is now outside for system stability. It means now you see in a line, this if this point is your k by 60, then your minus 1 point is outside of that line. Then which magnitude is more, sir? K by 60, or out of this I can say that my k by 60 should be greater than 1 for system stability or not. This is the increasing line, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
So k by 60 point should be greater than 1 or not. And it is lies on the
Yes,
right
yes.
hand side.
Greater than one,
It
sir.
means k greater than 60. This is the condition for system stability, sir, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So in this question, they are asking us that for what value of system k is stable, so k should be greater than 60.
Sir, please explain after this Nyquist plot, sir. After Nyquist plot, I could understand. After that, W is equal to root 11 also, okay, sir. K value is
Okay.
K by 60, okay, sir. After that,
Okay.
I
After
couldn't.
that, you are not able to understand. You
Yes,
understand,
sir.
but
Yes,
clarification is required.
yes.
Now coming, I am just doing the Nyquist plot for you again. Just drawing that line.
Nyquist plot, okay, sir. But K value also, okay, sir. K by 60 also.
I'm just drawing for you. So let me see that this is my plot. Okay, I'm just doing. This is my plot. So this is my plot. Right, sir? This is my plot.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Now, this point is k by 60, you know.
Yes, sir.
So now, this I am not saying this Nyquist, but वो बंदा वो बोल रहा है कि स्टेबिलिटी होने के लिए और Nyquist स्टेबिलिटी होने के लिए सर the number of encirclement above the critical point in Nyquist stability said the critical point is minus 1 plus j0,
Okay,
right?
critical point means -1 plus J0, sir.
Right. This is a critical point. Number of encirclement about minus 1 plus j0 means about the critical point is equal to number of poles which lies to the right hand side of S plane. It has to be
Yes, sir.
valid.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So first to find out the number of poles. Number of poles, you see how many poles are there on the right hand side of S plane. Not only the poles. This P
Zero,
means
zero.
I am saying that the poles which are on the right hand side. So
Yes, sir.
P equal
Zero.
to 0. It means for stability, n has to be equal to 0. Then n equal to P. Right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
It means number of encirclement above the critical point has to be 0.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
It means what is the critical point? The critical point you know minus 1 plus a0 point. So you have now three
Yes.
options, sir. You can put your minus 1 plus a0 point either here or either
Left side or
inside.
right?
Or
Yes, inside or out?
right. So if you
Yes,
put
sir.
inside, now you see the number of encirclement is 2.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It is
yes.
not satisfying our condition.
Yes, sir.
It means definitely this minus 1 plus a0 point should be outside. Then only number of
Okay.
encirclement about the critical point is 0.
Yes, sir. Yes. Clear, sir.
Okay.
Clear. Okay.
That's
Okay.
why this k by 60 value should be greater than equal to minus 1 point, right? That's why
Yes, sir.
k greater than 60 for system stability. If in this question, suppose there are two poles are like this. Suppose s minus 5 and s minus 4. Then two poles are right hand side, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Then definitely the critical point should be inside.
Inside. Yes.
Then in
Then
that
minus
condition,
one
this
is
k by 60 should be less than 1. So k
yes,
less than 60.
yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Getting a point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like this. You understand how to find out the uh, k value for system stability,
Okay, sir. Now clear.
right? I don't know, just a mistake I'm doing, sir. Here, if this point is k by 60 and this point is minus 1, uh, then this k by 60 should be less than minus 1, k less than 60. Uh, just a
Sir,
uh,
yes, sir. Minus one, K by 60 should be minus K by 60 should be greater than minus one, sir. Whatever you've done is
yeah,
correct,
yeah,
sir.
right. This one is fine, I think, for stability.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, right. because this k by 60 point should be less than
Both,
minus 1, right? Yeah, it
if
would do
both are
negative
minus, then it's okay, sir.
cancel, na? So that's what.
Yes, sir.
So this is the condition for system stability. K value should be less than 60. This is the answer, sir. Right.
Yes, sir.
I am just doing another question for you, just for your understanding, whether you can solve or not. How much time is remaining? Sir, you understand Niku's plot, na?
Yes, sir. Clear, clear. No doubt, sir.
Okay. I'm just giving a question like this. I'm just directly giving the polar plot, Niku's plot to you. Okay, I'm not giving the transfer function. I'm just giving the Niku's plot to make you understand that K part. Okay. Suppose this is the this is the polar plot, and this is the polar plot, and this is the mirror image. Okay. This point is 1. This point is K. This point value is K. Okay. The plot starting from like this, and this is the mirror image which is ending at this point. This is the complete Niku's plot is given to you. My question is that find the K value for system stability. What is the K value for system stability? And in this question, sir, I'm just giving that one pole is on the right hand side. Okay. No, no, no. P equal to 0. P is equal to 0 is given because I'm not giving the transfer function. I'm just saying that in the transfer function, P equal to 0. Now, for system stability, N has to be 0, right? Are you
0,
getting my
sir.
point, sir? Because if
Yes, sir.
P is 0 from the transfer function is given, then I conclude that for system stability, N has to be 0. N
Yes,
has to
sir.
be 0 means whatever the critical point minus 1 plus j0, it should be
No,
lies on
outside,
the
sir.
left hand side or it has to be right on the right hand side. It has to be lies on the
Left,
left hand
left,
side.
left hand side, sir.
It means the K value should be greater than 1 or less than 1.
Sir, that is -1 should be less than
K
K,
value
sir.
should be less than 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Because this is minus
Sir,
1, this
here
is 1.
K is to be taken minus or positive, sir?
It is negative means it is always minus, right? Negative x is
Okay,
minus.
minus 1 is less than minus K.
Minus 1 minus 1 is less than minus k. It means k should be greater than 1. No, no,
Yes,
no,
sir. Yes.
no, no, no. I'm not just saying. This is the critical point. This is the k value. Which magnitude is more, sir? This is suppose minus 2. This is origin.
Yes,
Then
sir. K is,
if I consider negative direction, then the magnitude is increasing in this direction, right, sir?
oh, magnitude only. Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
only you take the magnitude.
Not value.
No, not value, sir. Magnitude,
Okay, sir. Okay.
right, sir? It means the
Okay.
k value should be less than 1, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. You understand how to find out the k value?
Yes, sir. Got it.
If you got it, then you can solve the last question. Okay. Suppose I don't give the transfer function. I'm just giving the polar plot because I know you can do the polar is Nikus plot. So just I'm giving this is given like this. This is the polar plot, and this is the mirror image, and there is one infinite radius half circle, sir. Okay, sir. Suppose just imagine that this is the polar plot one, then this is the mirror image two. Okay,
Yes, sir.
if I'm saying that there is one pole is exists at the origin, then how many number of infinite radius half circles are one, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
But you have to start at this point, right? Because this is a polar plot one, and This is the mirror image 2. So you are now reaching at this point. So you have to start that infinite radius half circle from 2. This line, right? This point, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
I told you have two options. You have to start in clockwise and anti-clockwise. But I told you that the Nyquist criterion, whatever the infinite radius half circle, that always in the clockwise direction.
Clockwise direction.
So you have to make a clockwise circle like this, right? You cannot make anti-clockwise circle, right? You cannot go in this direction because it's anti-clockwise. So you
Okay,
have
sir.
to start a clockwise. So this is the, so let's say this is your Nyquist plot. This the question is given to you. Already find out the Nyquist plot. Now my question is that for what value k the system will be stable. I'm just giving you the point because you know that whenever you cross this point, you can now eligible to find out what is the omega value here and what is the k value here, right? From the transfer
Yes, sir.
function. So I'm
Yes, sir.
giving you that value to you. So the k value is given as k. I'm not giving anything. The whenever you find out at omega and putting the value, you are getting k. So the at this point the value is k. Now you just tell me, but in the question it is given that p equal to 1. Okay. Now you tell me this is the original polar plot. Okay, it is coming here like this, and this is the mirror image. Okay, so I have to follow this path. Now this is the total complete plot. Now this is the value of k, and in the question it is given p equal to 1. Now asking us to find out the k value for system stability. So you know that p equal to 1. So for system stable, n has to be 1, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
N has to be 1 means at which point your minus 1 plus j0 point will lie? At here or it will be lie here?
The right side, sir.
The right side. So minus 1 plus 0 point will be here. Now you tell me what is the value of k?
K should be greater than 1, sir.
Yeah, k should be now greater than 1 for system stability. Now you understand, sir, the question perfectly.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Sir,
Able to,
but okay, Nyquist plot is clockwise always, but
Nyquist plot is
actual
always
plot,
clockwise.
then the circle which we have circled
No,
minus
no,
1 is
Nyquist plot is
anti-clockwise.
not clockwise, sir. I'm just re-sentencing my line that the infinite radius half circle is always clockwise.
Okay, okay. Nyquist plot can
Nyquist
be
plot can be anything. It will be
okay,
depend
sir.
upon the polar plot direction.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay. Then okay, sir. Now.
Now it's clear. I
In,
think everything is clear to you.
infinite half cycle should be clockwise always.
Always
Okay, sir.
clockwise. Always clockwise.
Sir, okay.
So I think now we can solve all the questions from the assignment. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, 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 sir. Yes, yes, yes.
We try to solve. Otherwise, if you doubt, then I think, sir, gain margin and phase margin is okay, fine for you, na? Right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Border plots I can do, sir. And
Body plot
phase
is
margin.
okay. Gain margin, phase margin, just
Okay,
putting
sir.
the
I can.
formula. Okay.
I can do, sir. I can do.
Yeah, you can just put the formula. I already told you the shortcut, sir. Get phase margin. For finding out the phase margin, you need omega GC, right? For
Yes,
you
sir. Yes.
finding out the gain margin, you require omega PC, the phase crossover frequency. And
Yes,
phase
sir.
crossover frequency is nothing but the minus 180 decline, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just you multiply all the terms and make the odd part equal to 0 and find out omega, right? And then
Yes,
put that value in the gain margin formula. 20 log 1 by g of omega, right, sir?
yes, sir.
So this is a formula based question, so I am not dealing with that. So gain margin, pen margin is okay. And some second order system that region and peak, that also is a formula based, okay. MR
Formula
equal
based.
to 1 by 2
Formula based
zeta,
knowledge,
right?
sir. Correct,
So these are the formula based questions. So the trickier part is that how to draw the Nyquist plot, already completed. So polar plot, Nyquist plot.
Small doubt, sir.
Hmm.
For the gain margin at 180, at minus 180, we have to take the
Yeah, gain margin definition is like that. The gain margin is
where
equal to 1 by g of j omega and h of j omega. Okay, this is in normal, but if you take logarithm, this will be 20 log 1 by g of j omega, h of j omega. But at which omega? This omega equal to omega pc, the phase crossover frequency. Phase
yes,
crossover
sir.
frequency is the frequency at which the phase will be minus 180.
Minus 180. Okay, sir. Okay.
Right.
Then what is the trick, sir?
Huh? Sorry.
What is the shortcut you have?
I told you, na, already have solved survey. At minus 180 degree means what? Minus
Oh,
180 degree, this line.
relax,
You are finding out
relax,
omega this line.
relaxes only. Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay.
That's it. So the phase margin, so the gain margin you can find out very quickly because you know what is omega PC shortcut, how to find out.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
So just put that omega value in this modulus function and to find out 20 log 1 by
Okay.
h omega. And this is in decibel. This is normal value, absolute value.
Okay, sir.
And
Right.
and phase margin is something like that. Phase margin you need to find out at which point your magnitude will be 1. From that, you have to find out the omega GC. Omega GC is the gain crossover frequency at which the magnitude is 1. From here, you will get the condition omega GC. Then your phase margin is 180 plus. Put that omega GC and find out the angle here at omega equal to omega GC.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is the formula based
Okay.
questions. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I am stopping here, sir. Okay. If you
Okay,
need
sir.
more,
Okay, sir.
I think this class will
Okay, sir.
be
Okay.
helpful. Uh,
Okay.
so
Very much helpful, sir. Because I have been struggling with the Nyquist criteria, sir, and you have cleared all my doubts.
can
Thank
you
you, sir.
now try to solve the question by yourself? Okay, sir. By
Yes,
using
sir.
this
Yes, sir.
method.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Sir,
Okay.
small
Yeah.
personal question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in which area you are doing your PhD, sir?
I am doing my PhD in modular multi-level electric vehicle fast charger. I'm just designing
Okay.
22 kilowatt fast charger. This
Okay.
is in
Okay. Okay.
three-phase system. So one phase
Okay,
is
sir.
handling 7.2 kilowatt power, single phase.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
multiply in
Okay.
three phase, that is 22 kilowatt. If you go for any high electric vehicle charging application, then in that you charge an electric vehicle at a faster time, you require more power. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
yes.
for that more power, I am connecting to a medium voltage grid. Medium voltage grid
Okay.
in some 13.3 kilovolt like that. But in our lab, it is not there. So in lab, I am making my prototype at 440 volt three phase system. But you can
Okay.
scale to any voltage level by modularizing. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
one
You are doing it present trend. That is electric vehicles or smart grid. Both are present trend in electric system.
right, sir.
Yes,
Also, some part is also my project is related to microinverter. One microinverter project also I'm doing. Another
okay,
I'm interested also in magnetics. So a normal transformer I am not making. I am using planar transformer to making high frequency planar transformer. Means we are making the transformer without any number of turns. To physical number of turns we are not using. We are using PCB as a number of turns. So we are using PCB, the printed
okay.
circuit board, and that PCB circuit board we are making our number of means where number of
Then
windings.
you are not getting isolating.
Sorry.
That you are not getting normal isolation. You are not getting. You
Yeah,
are just
because no isolation is there because primary circuit and secondary circuit is having distance. Okay, so in the PCB
okay,
you can make track now. So in the
okay, okay.
PCB, so the windings are like that. So primary and secondary having sufficient
You
separation
are
is there.
and you are not using any copper and anything.
No,
Just
no,
with
no. So
VC.
that where that you normally leads where are using high for high frequency that we are not using. I'm just making my transformer more compact.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
so it will be a nicely, it's very small 40 by 40 transformer for 7.2 kilowatt power.
okay, sir.
So that will increase my power density of my board. So
Okay,
that's
sir.
another way. Another also I'm interested in some packaging work that I'll do in future after 1 or 2 years. After
Okay, sir.
publishing 2 3 papers, then I'll think about that.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so thanks. No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thanks.
you, sir. Thank you very much, and good night, sir.
Okay, good night. Good night.